Hey, it's Wolf here. Hey, thank you so much for checking out my channel. So in this new video, I'm going to tell you my insights about the market conditions right now and what I'm looking at and what I'm doing right now. And this is going to be a very jam-packed video, so let's get going. Okay, so right now we have had a little bit of kind of like a bear rally. So even though if you've been following me, I talked about that we are having this boring lows section in the bear market, basically where nothing happens. But of course we are in the crypto space, so there's always something happening. Okay, let me explain you like what happened in the last bear market, because if you haven't been in the last bear market, I think that this is going to be very interesting for you. So we had the 2017 bull run, and then we had the bear market. Okay, we had boring lows, and it was very long period. Let me actually show you with Binance coin. This is very good example that even though we were in the bear market, something was happening here. Okay, so after 2017 crash, okay, we had all this period from 2017 to literally 2021, nothing happened. But if you look at the greater scheme of things, when the bull run started here, it seems like nothing has happened. But at the same time, Binance token was around $1. It went all the way to $20. Then it came back to, around $10, maybe here even $4, $5. Then it went all the way up to $40. Then we came back to $10, and then we slowly grinded up back to $30, $40, and that's when the bull run started. Okay, so right now, if you are looking at the projects or whatever you're doing, it seems like there's nothing happening in the bear market, but still it can go from $1 to $40 and back to like $10, back to $5, then back to $30. So the tokens still move fairly aggressively because crypto is very volatile. Okay, because and the reason why it's very volatile is because, well, there's not that many regulations, which are very needed. So basically people can do all kinds of weird shady stuff, and also people can use tons of leverage. Tons of leverage creates tons of volatility because people don't understand. For example, if they're trading high leverage on, for example, Binance, people can exploit that. Anyway, that's beyond this video. But just know that there's high volatility. So even though it seems like, right now it seems, so for some people it may seem like, okay, the bull run is back. No, it's not. But the bull run is not back, in my opinion. Right now is very good time to buy cryptocurrencies, but dollar cost averaging in, and you can see here. So the prices are very volatile. Okay, so I think that the bear market is still going to continue for a pretty good time here, and yeah, so that's basically my take on it. And I believe that the sweet spot, for example, for ETH, like I've been talking about, is around $1,500, right? I think that around that range you can buy ETH, for example, on $1,000, or maybe even like $2,000 range, whatever. But it's going to be around the average, where it's going to fluctuate like this, but I think it's going to be average $1,500 for at least right now. I believe it's 1.5 years to 2 years, and yeah, so that just screams opportunity. And yeah, so with that being said, I think that Ethereum is going to go to 10x to $15,000 at least, in my opinion, in the next bull run, which creates opportunities for for low cap tokens, right? So for example, Ethereum is the main chain right now. It's the most trusted one because it's the most decentralized and the safest one. There's the most total value locked in there because it's the best chain right now. Okay, and it was the success of proof of work to proof of stake, and right now proof of stake, and which brings more it becomes more upgradable than proof of work chain. So for example, right now in March there's the Shanghai update. I will create a video about that, explaining that if you don't know about that. So there's tons of new stuff coming for Ethereum. However, the main thing with Ethereum is that it's to keep it secure and decentralized. So decentralized plus secure, it has to give up the kind of like the speed and scalability, and that's where the layer 2 layer 2 solutions step in. And in this video I want to talk about a little bit about layer 2s, and in those layer 2 ecosystems there's tokens. Okay, there's new tokens, new projects being built on top of it. For example, right now I was doing some a couple of days ago I was doing some buying and stuff like that. I was on chain, and Ethereum fees were around $10 to $20 still in bear market. So in the next bull run you can expect to pay like $200 to even $500 in Ethereum chain. So whatever you are doing right now, I highly recommend you to, of course I'm not the financial advisor, but get your assets from layer 1 to layer 2, because the gas fees are just ridiculously low. So in layer 2, for example, on Optimism, the fees are like literally like 1 cent. Okay, so yeah, that's something that you can save a lot of money on. And these layer 2s are, they settle on ETH, so they are secure, same as Arbitrum. So this creates opportunities that new projects have started to build on these layer 2 chains, right? Because it's a lot easier to build, because they are, well, everything that Ethereum lacks, the scalability, is on layer 2s. Okay, so there's tons of development happening on layer 2s, and money has started to flow there, and basically attention and energy has started to flow on layer 2s, and money follows attention. So that kind of like energy that is now being put on layer 2s will manifest into massive gains in the future. And that's kind of like the trends that you that you need to spot if you want to make tons of money in the next bull run, because tons of people go here on this top, like here, and for a lot of people, for example, are buying like random stuff that has already done tons of in the last bull run they have already pumped, and they can pump in the next bull run. But let me show you, for example, what happened with XRP, for example. I remember, because I hold it here. I bought XRP here, and then it made crazy gains here, and then I sold here. Okay, I kind of like sold here. So in the next bull run, it went from 20 cents to only like, top was $2, but it's impossible to sell at the top. So around $1 and what 20 cents, something like that was the top. Okay, so that's only like literally like 5x or something like that. Okay, like think about that. So this happened with the old chain. So if you're buying only old like coins and old projects that have already pumped up and stuff like that, and that don't still haven't any kind of like value add, it's only basically speculation at still this point. I try to avoid those type of projects myself, because they are very hard to make crazy gains with. Okay, and so let me show you a couple of things here. I'm going to talk about more. I'm going to talk about a couple of things in this video, but mainly this is going to be around optimism. And there's tons of new layer 2 scaling solutions coming. For example, a couple of projects that I'm looking to buy the tokens, and if there's going to be some kind of airdrops or anything like that I'm trying to get them, because I believe these will perform well. So one is ZK Sync. Okay, ZK Sync, the token for this, I think this is going to be crazy, because it's ZK rollup. So these are optimistic rollup technology, the Arbitrum and Optimism, and it's kind of like older technology. ZK is more advanced, and this is kind of like how to scale Ethereum really. And then so ZK Sync is one of those. Then Starknet here, the tokens for this. And then also Arbitrum. Arbitrum has had insane growth without any kind of incentives. You can see that Optimism had tons of incentives, and I think it's still it's a great chain. But Arbitrum has had even more growth without any kind of incentive. So Arbitrum token, I think it's going to be a great one if you can get your hands on it. And they are going to launch a token, so that's a great one to look out for. And then also Celestial, that's a newer one that I'm going to also looking into. I'm going to talk about later on as they as they come about. Now the thing here with layer 2s is that there's tons of projects being built of layer 2 scaling solutions, and I think that there's, and also by the way, NFTs are also big on layer 2 scaling solutions. So I think that there's going to be tons of opportunities for the next bull run here. So right now I want to kind of like I created kind of like a little bit summary for where Optimism is right now. Okay, because there's tons of money being made with Optimism, and let me just show you, by the way. This token, when the next bull run starts, it's going to happen fast. For example, right now what has happened here right now, when the kind of like a run up started, this happened very fast. Okay, so we went from 90 cents to $3, right? So it happened very fast. So I think that layer 2 scaling solutions as next bull run, kick starts, and Ethereum becomes so freaking clogged. The fees are like $300 because there's even more people than in the last bull run. It's going to be ridiculously slow and ridiculously costly. I think the layer 2 tokens are going to shine, okay? But it's just nobody knows which layer 2 scaling solution is going to win. So that's why basically I'm just at this point the ones that I like and I use myself, I'm going to buy those. And also with Optimism, I have got tons of Optimism tokens and just overall for free, because they have basically given, if you have been, for example, lending on Aave or doing any type of thing with Optimism dApps, you have probably got tons of Optimism tokens. So let me talk about Optimism later. I wrote a little bit summary here. So the layer 2 wars are heating up with the emergence of Optimism as one of its leading scaling solutions. So like you can see here, it's the second biggest, okay, by far. And Optimistic is basically, it's an optimistic roll-up, and it trades at a fully diluted valuation of 13 billion right now. Let me show you here. Right now it's 11, but around that. So as I write this, so what else? So basically they launched the governance token in 2022. So this is a new protocol. Okay, this is completely new stuff, and the total value locked is around around 800 million. Let me actually show you something. Yeah, actually I'm going to create another video about that one. Okay, anyway, so let's continue here. I had a couple of things. So yeah, so the biggest Optimism has been growing on multiple sectors. Like there's for example, one of the peaks that I had in my previous portfolio, and I think it's still a great one, is Velodrome. And this is what has happened with Velodrome price. It had a new hype here, and then it kind of like died down, and now it had a new kind of hype, a new all-time high, 11 cents. I think this can perform extremely well. Right now I would wait a pullback if you want to get in on this one, and you can check it out. So Velodrome is the Optimism's biggest DEX, okay? And it's kind of like same thing as it's kind of DEX and curve, kind of like you can lock and you do stuff with it, and also it's combined with Sony Finance. It's an interesting one, but I have seen tons of like activity there. They have been updating it. They're constantly updating it. I think I think that this can perform extremely well in the next bull run. So I think that this peak, even just this peak, if you study it and if you believe in it and do research on it, I think this can make tons of money. And this is an Optimism peak, right? So that's another one. I also by the way found another one that I think that it's better than Velodrome Finance in a sense. That I added in my new kind of like, I created a new member called the Low Cap Millionaire Inner Circle. We have already tons of people there, so it's great. I share my new kind of peaks there. It's a layer 2 Optimism peak, okay? And so yeah, let me see what I have notes here. So yeah, the Optimism had the Optimism Quest. I don't know if you guys did it. I did it in the membership. I almost have all the Optimism Quest tokens. So they basically gave NFTs. I think that those NFTs can be somewhat, we can do something them in the next bull run, maybe get some access or maybe make money with them, something like that. I believe that because if Optimism blows up, everything will just freaking blow up. So yeah, Optimism has had tons of basically free tokens. They've been kind of like trying to bootstrap the activity of the network by giving away tons of tokens, and it's very interesting. So it's very interesting to see what is kind of in store for it. And I've been reading about Optimism in a sense that they have found this new kind of like business models and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see what's happening. But right now, if you can see here, total value locked here, it's been growing steadily. And I like that. I definitely like that. So I think that we are going to see choppy movement here in this bear market, but I think that there's high chance that in the next bull run, as everything becomes like so locked up in ETH, these things can run up, and it's, you will see. And you have, I remember in the last bear market, I watched tons of tokens, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know about that token. I don't think that that can perform. And then you look in the next bull run, you're like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Optimism is trading at something like ridiculous, like $50 or something like that, just because everything is everybody's aping in, and you're like, whoa, I. I had the chance to buy that, and I did. But everybody who's watching this video right now, you will experience that, because it's such a craziness. It is such craziness when you are at the bottom of the bear market and everything just blows up in the next bull run. It's ridiculous. Okay, so try to just calm yourself down and just believe that whatever you have done research on, and you are you know about, and you think that people will flock into it, there's a high chance that people will just freaking flock in. Okay, it feels like right now, like I remember when Optimism launched and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know, Optimism at 50-cent range. It went from $1 to 50 cents. Everybody's like, yeah, I don't really know about. Right now it's already like $3. So uh, just try to. For me, I think that where the easiest money, is where, if you can spot where the attention will be going. Okay, like I talked about in this first part of this video, ETH is going to be so clogged up in the next bull run that tons of basically everybody will come to these layer 2 scaling solutions, and when money follows attention, when the attention comes, the money will follow, and people will start crazy buying these the layer 2 scaling solution tokens and stuff like that, and it will be ridiculous. I remember looking at, for example, what happened on Binance Smart Chain. It was just BNB token for the exchange. Like, I started this video with this, and this is kind of like where I want to wrap this up. So it started with Binance, exchange token, and then they launched Binance Smart Chain, and that then it just blew up. Pancake swap and everything like that started when the invention of Uniswap. There was they just ripped the code and created the Pancake swap and stuff like that. All of the DeFi stuff came to BNB with lower fees, and that's boom when it happened. So basically the same thing happened already. ETH was clocked up. People wanted to do something more with their money. They didn't want to pay the fees, and they went to Binance Smart Chain, which is, by the way, it's a centralized chain. Don't get it twisted. It is a centralized chain, so that's why I don't deal with it, because I think that in the end decentralization will just overwins everything, because and that's the true nature of decentralization. Think about internet. Before internet, it was very, very hard to get into TV or anything like that. Right now I'm just creating video here and just broadcasting it to the whole freaking world, so it's decentralized. Okay, anybody can do it with computer. So that's going to win, because it's going to have exponential growth, and that's what I truly believe in. And so yeah, that's kind of like my hypothesis for layer 2 scaling solution tokens, is that they will just blow up, in a sense that money attention follows them, because Ethereum is so locked up and people want lower fees. And the biggest opportunity is also the new tokens. All of the new protocols and tokens are going to be, and NFTs are going to be, by the way, on layer 2s. By the way, that's where it's going to be, because the fees are lower and people want that, and it's faster. So be very mindful about that. Think about that. Meditate on that. If you think that you have missed out on some of these, if you look at the tokens and Optimism, and you're like, I want to buy, but it's right now $3. Just chill out. I believe that we are going to have it's going to fluctuate like this. So we are going to have up here, and then it's down, up, down. That's what's going to happen in bear market. But in the bull market, it's just going to that's when the up only mode. Look how ridiculous it was. Like, even if you bought the top here $40, it didn't matter. It went to freaking $600. Okay, that's ridiculous. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, and yeah. So that's basically the point of this video, is that I think that the money will be ridiculous in the next bull run, and what I'm looking for personally is buying the new tokens, because I think that they will just blow up. Okay, so if you want to see like what I'm buying right now and new picks, you can check out the Low Cap Millionaire Inner Circle. I'm updating it all the time, so that's kind of like my new focus right now. And yeah, so yeah, anyway, so I try to make these videos more chill, and just try not to go too full crazy on it, because I tend to take things very seriously. Whatever I'm doing, I go all, I'm about it. So you know anyway, so I hope that you like this video. This was very random. I just thought about doing this, and I like to freestyle these videos. I had some notes here, but like you saw, the notes didn't like really help. I just let my mind kind of race and tell you what I think about, and tell about. I think that the most helpful thing here in these videos is the experience that I was in the last bear market. It's very helpful to kind of like because the bull run will come back. It will come back, and right now we still have tons of time to get into the action and find the best picks. If you look at ETH, the bear market hasn't really even started. We are just kind of like basically here. Okay, I think that the bear market it's going to, I think that we are going to have another kind of like a low here, but like you can see, it's kind of like, whoa, we went down and then we went up. So from $80 to $300, and then back to $80, and then back to $400, and then the bull run started. So I think that this is just the first kind of like thing where people get very excited. I think that we are at the kind of like bottom price. I think that it's going to be like 1.5k, like I've been talking about, and it can fluctuate down or up from there, but that's kind of like the sweet spot. So try not to stress right now. Everything is very cheap still. Everything is very it's great right now. Okay, so don't try to rush it right now. Try to just chill, and yeah, keep your focus on it, because it's still going to take at least 1.5 years to 2 years, in my opinion. But when the next bull run start, that's when you want to start sweating. Like if you didn't have back like build up for that next bull run, you're going to miss out at least 10x gains. Like for example here, like think about people who didn't buy here, they bought more maybe here. You can still squeeze in profits. Like you can see, like when you see the bull run starting, you can get in here and then make crazy money. That's what I did. But the biggest money was already made here when you bought here, because it's already 10x, and then it's just another axis. But it's ridiculous when you get here at the bottom, and then for the next bull run you build your backs. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you inside the next videos, and peace out. And also see you inside the low cap millionaire inner circle. I'm going to record a quick video for that right now after this video. Hey, thank you so much, and peace out. I'm still new with Mac. Okay, so I can stop it here.